Hello guys, now let us try to understand how we can establish connection from front end to the back end. So by using edivo.net, so how we can establish connection with SQL Server, that is what will be covered in this video. So now let me delete this. So to establish connection, so we have to use the namespace. However, I already covered this. That is what system.data.sql client. So this is the namespace you have to import. Under this namespace, there is a class called SQL connection. So this class will deals with the connection, establishing the connection from front end with the back end. So first, you have to import using system.data.sql client. You have to import this namespace. Then, as I said, there is a class called SQL connection. You can take some object is equal to new SQL connection. So guys, there will be many syntaxes available in the internet, but I am going to give you the preferably which is a standard one. Okay, so later you should not feel that sir given one example in internet or in any other video it will be like something. Okay, so here we are going to write our SQL connection string. What is mean by connection string in the sense, here you are going to provide the details of the server which you want to connect with. So first you have to pass the server name, server equal to which server you are trying to connect with. I am trying to connect with this particular, so this is my server name, semicolon. After that, what is the database that you want to connect with? So I just created a database here, right? That is what Office database. So database name is Office. Next, if you are connecting through Windows authentication, you are going to use integrated space security equal to true when you are using Windows authentication. Suppose if you are using SQL Server authentication, in place of this integrated security, you will pass user ID and password. Those two you will provide. Okay. Now let's check whether we are connected to the database or not. So now here we are going to first connection dot open. Whenever you use this open method, then your connection will be get established. Okay, so I just want to know the status of the connection. There is a method called state where it is going to give you the current status of that particular connection. So again, after opening the connection, you can close, that means release the connection. So here you can use conn.state. again I am trying to print the status. Now with this statement, after opening the connection, you will get open. So by using this close, you will see closed. You can see it is open and closed. So that means you are able to connect with SQL Server, there is no doubt at all. Okay, but this code is getting executed, no doubt at all. But this particular syntax, whatever we wrote, this is not as per a Microsoft standard. So in place of server, we have to use data source. The standard word instead of server, we have to use is data source. Database need to be used as initial catalog. Initial catalog is nothing but what is the default database that we want to connect with. Now also no same result, there is no error at all. Okay, so this is how you can establish the connection. And here I just want to add one more simple point. In a project, we used to interact with the database for number of times, hundreds of times you can call. So then every time you have to take new object name, correct? So instead of that, you can do one thing, you can surround this by using, and at last there should not be a semicolon. Okay, you should remove the semicolon and you can keep this open, and wherever your usage was completed, you can close the connection there. The advantage of writing such kind of syntax is, you can see If I write the same connection again with the same CON name, the same object name, system won't give any error, because so since we are using this particular word using, so the CONN object will be created here and destroyed here automatically. That is what the advantage of using keyword in C#. So whenever you want to create the same object name for the class for multiple times, so you can use this using statement. Okay, so this is one thing, but one more I just want to add. So majority of the people, they cannot remember this much of lengthy syntax every time. So you can also, whenever you are unable to remember, you can also generate this particular connection string graphically. So now let's see this. Here there is a window called Server Explorer. So at the introduction I said, by using the Server Explorer you can connect with a different type of server, maybe that is storage server or database server, cloud server, remote server, virtual machine, like that you can connect with anything. So that is the advantage for us. You can see here there is an option called connect to database. As I highlighted here, you can click on that particular icon, then it will ask for what kind of database you are trying to connect with, whether it is Oracle database or SQL Server database, ODBC means Excel or any other thing, Access database or anything. So you can select SQL Server, click on continue, then it will ask for your server name. So from your SQL Server you can get your server name, or else you can also use dot whenever you don't remember or how to fetch the server name. Anything is fine. So I can give the server name. I can select whether it is Windows authentication or SQL authentication according to the requirement. So when this server name and authentication is correct, so in this particular database name, you can, whenever you click on this arrow mark, it will populate the list of available databases. So select your database which you want to connect with. I just want to connect with my Office database. Then you can click on this test connection. It should be always, it should be in a mode of success. So test connection is succeeded. So then you can click on OK. Here, from here the connection was established. So now you can right click and go to the properties. There is an option called connection string. So you can double click and copy the against to that particular connection string. And now I am going to paste this. If you see, both will be exactly same what I wrote, what I generated. So in this way you can able to fetch the database connection string when you are unable to remember how to write it. Okay, so I hope this is helpful to you. So and one more thing, if you write like this a hard coded connection string, so we are going to work with different servers while we are going with the development. Till the time when our application under a development stage will use to connect with some server. So whenever it is going to be in a testing mode, then you have to use some SQL testing server database credentials. So even though at the time of database credentials change, every time you need to modify this string. So as I said, you will connect with database connection string for hundreds of times in a project. So whenever there is a change of server name or user ID or password, every time you have to modify all these things. Okay, that is the not a correct way of programming. What you will do, so here there is a file in Solution Explorer. When you create a project, you will get a file called app.config. So application configuration file. So here you can create, it is an XML file. That is the reason you will have some predefined tags, some user defined tags also. There is a tag called app settings. So here you can use add, so and you can use key is nothing but, so whatever the connection string that we are trying to write, for that you are going to create a name. Suppose I am using DBCONN, database connection in short form. Value is equal to, instead of writing your connection string here, you can move this to this particular XML file. Okay, so now what you will do, so whenever I am trying to add that work with that configuration file, I need to use a namespace called using system.configuration. So this particular namespace will help us to connect with this particular configuration file and work with them. So here, instead of passing the connection string directly, so here you are going to write configuration settings dot app settings of. Here you will use which is the app setting that you want to work with here. So here I given a name dbconn, I will get that and pass it here. Okay, so after that you will write dot to string. You are going to convert it in string format. So because it can be changed in some other format for security wise. Now if I execute, it is going to give you the same result. It is going to be open and closed. So what is the advantage of using this app settings? In the sense, whenever there is a change of credentials, means whenever there is a change of server name or database name or user ID or password, so instead of changing in hundreds of locations, you can simply change here. Everywhere it will get affected. Okay, so this is one option by using app settings. So there is one more option where that is the major one, where that is the process we have to follow. So that is what here we have one more type of custom tag is called connection strings, which is dedicatedly designed for storing the database connection strings. So here add, there we have key, but here we will have name. So here we have CONN I am taking. So here we will take connection string. So the same connection string I am trying to pass it here also. So now in case if you want to work with connection strings, you cannot access directly. You have to add one step where you can right click on the project, and here there is a add option and there is a reference option. Because connection string is not directly accessible, that is the reason you need to go to Solution Explorer, select your project and go to add and select this reference option. So then it will load the list of assemblies available. From here you should import system.configuration. You can see this one, system.configuration. You can select that one and click OK. Then that system.configuration project will get included into the current project. So then what you can do, so however we are writing the connection string similar to the app settings, but there is a slight change if you observe. So here we have configuration manager dot. So by using configuration manager, we can able to access app settings as well as connection strings also. So connection strings of, you will pass the name dot, you will take connection string. So now here you can take this name CONN and you can pass it here. So now you can see this. I think we missed something. Close. Yes. Now if I execute, now I will get the same output. So this is the standard level of writing code to establish connection from front end to the back end. So I hope it is clear. So if you have any queries, reach me out. Thank you.